Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final game of this three-game series. Will the Cubs sweep their way out of Washington, or will the Nats finally get a win? Leading off for the Cubbies, playing shortstop is Banks. Batting second, playing second is Sandberg. Batting third, playing right field is Sosa. Batting fourth, playing center field is Dawson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Rizzo. Batting sixth, playing third base is Santo. Batting seventh, playing left field is Durham. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Davis. And on the mound, batting ninth is Ellsworth. And now the hometown Washington Nationals. Leading off, playing left field is Raines. Batting second, playing second is Vidro. Batting third, playing center field is Harper. Batting fourth, playing right field is Guerrero. Batting fifth, playing first base is Zimmerman. Batting sixth, playing third base is Parrish. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Ramos. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Cabrera. And on the mound and batting ninth is Strasburg. Let's get down here to Washington and get this game going. And to lead it off for the Cubbies is Ernie Banks. Struggling so far this year, batting .083 with no homers and no RBIs. Steven Strasburg, this is his third appearance. He's off to a bad start. He's 0-2 with a 9 ERA. And here's the pitch to Mr. Cub. And that's going to be a rare play, a 31 and a 39. That's going to be hit down the first. And Zimmerman's down there. And if this is like the last game, it's going to be errors everywhere. 33 and a 3. And that's going to be a first on error. So there we go. The first batter's up. First error of the game. An E3 on Zimmerman. Remember the last game. These Nats had 6 errors in the game, folks. And now you got Sandberg up. And the Rhinos batting .385 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 14. And that's going to be a fly ball out in the right field. Guerrero makes the catch for out number 1. Takes a base hit away from Sandberg. And that brings up Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa is leading the league in batting with a .417 batting average. He's got 9 homers leading the National League and 17 RBIs. Right now he is the Triple Crown. Here's the pitch to Sammy with Ernie down there, and that ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. Sammy Sosa just keeps on keeping on. And that's his 10th homer. And RBIs number 18 and 19. The Cubbies take a 2-0 lead. Sammy Sosa is the man right now. Now you got Andre Dawson up, batting .133 with 4 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cabrera. He's up with it for out number 2. So Strasburg settles down after the homer. And now there's 1 out, and Rizzo's up. And Rizzo's batting .154 with 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And that's a ground ball down to Vidro. That'll end the inning, but not until Sammy hits a 2-run shot. Cubbies 2, Nationals coming to bat. You got Raines, Vidro, and Harper due up here. Tim Raines batting .286 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And Dick Ellsworth, his 3rd appearance of the year. He's 1-1 with a 3.46 ERA. Here's the pitch to Tim. And that's going to be an infield hit. And you know what that means? Pretty much means Tim Raines is going to be taking off trying to get down to second, folks. We're going to do a little hit and run here with Vidro. Vidro's batting .273 on the year with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a strike one on a hit and run. Yep, that's going to be a strike one. And there goes Raines. And that'll be a 6. So 29. That'll be a 55 or lower. He's safe at second. And he's in there with a stolen base on the botch hit and run. So Raines down at second. And the 0-1 count here to Vidro. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Dick strikes him out. Raines down at second now with 1 out for Bryce Harper. And do we walk Harper here? Batting .312 to pitch to Guerrero. Guerrero's only batting .222. They don't want to put the go-ahead run at the plate here. So they're going to pitch to Harper. And the worst Harper can do is tie this game up. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can the Cubbies turn? Excuse me. Can the Cubbies keep him at second is the question. And that's going to be, nope, the runner will get down. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout again by Ellsworth. Keeps Raines at second. So back-to-back strikeouts by Ellsworth. Now 2 down in range, still at second for Guerrero. Vladimir's batting .222 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that is going to be a home run. Guerrero ties this game up just like that. And it is now 2-2. Ball is flying out of DC today, folks. That brings up Ryan Zimmerman with nobody on now and 2 outs in a 2-2 game. And Zimmerman talking about twos. Twos are crazy. The 2-2s are out. He's batting .222 with no homers and, you guessed it, 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the dorm. He makes the catch. But Guerrero's 2-run homer makes it a 2-2 game, and we get up, you guessed it, top of the second. Santo, Dorm, and Davis due up here. Santo's batting .200 with a homer. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Harper got a beat on it, makes the catch for out number 1. See the Cubbies here. They leave D.C. to go up to New York to take on the Mets. And then the Dodgers are going to come to Chicago. You got Dorm due up now, batting .280 with 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 2. And now you got Jody Davis up. And Jody's batting .211 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down the short. And that'll be a 1-2-3 top of the second. So Stevens settles down after the Rocky first. Can Ellsworth do the same here? He's got Parrish, Romas, and Cabrera due up. Larry's batting .316 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out. That's Dick's 3rd strikeout of the game. And Wilson's up. Wilson Ramos is batting .312 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a back-to-back strikeouts. Ellsworth struck out the first 2. Can he strike the side out? Orlando Cabrera's up. He's batting .200 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That's going to be a nice play down there by Sandberg. He's up with it, fires over the first. And Dick settles down also. So it stays a 2-2 game. We got Ellsworth to lead it off, followed by Banks and Sandberg. Dick is 0 for 3 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Vidro. Over to Zimmerman for out number 1. Here comes Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks. He reached on an error and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tim Raines. Quickly 2 down here in the third. And Ryan Sandberg. And Sandberg's 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Zimmerman. And that'll be a 1-2-3 top of the third. To the bottom of the third we go. The bottom part of the order due up here for Washington, Strasburg, and then back to Raines and Vidro. And Strasburg, he's 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the year. And not going to happen because Ellsworth's striking him out. What about him's reminding you of Linda Ronstadt, folks? He's throwing nothing but blue bayous. That's his 5th strikeout of the game. Tim Raines is up. He singled, stole a base, and came around the score in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ron at third. Fires over to Rizzo for out number 2. And Vidro's up. And he was a strikeout victim his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dawson. And that'll be out number 3. And both pitchers are pitching the gym now after that first inning. 2-2 we go. And we go to the top of the fourth. You got Sosa, Dawson, and Rizzo. Sammy's 1 for 1. He hit that 2-run homer his first time up. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out the left field. Raines back near the track, near the wall, makes the catch. Sammy just missed it, folks. Now there's 1 down. Here comes the Hawk. Hawk grounded out. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball again out the left. This time Raines got a little more room, makes the catch for out number 2. And up to the plate steps Anthony Rizzo. He's 0 for 1, grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Rizzo strikes out. That's a 1-2-3 top of the fourth. To the bottom of the fourth we go. We got Harper due up, followed by Guerrero and Zimmerman. Harper struck out his first time up. And not this time, folks. Bryce gets a hold of this one off of Dick Ellsworth. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. And Harper's got himself a leadoff double. And here comes Guerrero. Guerrero hit a 2-run shot his first time up. Here's the pitch to Vladimir. And that's going to be a ground ball, 6-2-1. And the runner will get down to third. Let's hit back to the mound, and he plays over to first. And now you got Harper down at third and Ryan Zimmerman up. Zimmerman flew out his first time up. The Cubbies are going to bring the infield in. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Ellsworth. His 6th of the game. Now you got Parrish up. And Larry's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Not this time, folks. Larry's going to untie this ball game. And that ball is hit into left field. And that'll make it a 3-2 ball game. Parrish down at first. And Wilson Ramos is up. And now the Nats are up by 1. And Ramos, he's a strikeout victim his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Banks is up with it, fires over to first. But the RBI single by Larry Parrish makes it a 3-2 game as we go to the top of the 5th. Got Santo, Dorm, and Davis due up here. The top of the 5th. Ron is 0 for 1, flew out the center his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Parrish, after getting that RBI single, just gives up an error. That's the second error of the game, folks. That's an E5. And now the Tyne runs at first. Go ahead runs at the plate in Durham. And the Bull is 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that's going to be a 4-6. And they throw over to first, and the Bull beats the throw. So now there's one out, and Durham's down at first. And that brings up Jody Davis is 0 for 1. And that's going to be against the righty, 17. And that's a nice play down at short. And they'll again get the lead-off runner. That'll be a 6-4 put out. Now Jody Davis is at first. Dick Ellsworth comes to the plate. Ellsworth's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And they're not going to be holding Jody on. That'll be with 2 outs. With 2 outs, that's going to be a 6-3 put out. And that'll end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 5th, a 3-2 Washington lead. You got the bottom 2 due up here for the Nats, Orlando and Strasburg, followed by Tim Raines. See Chicago 7-4. They have scored 69 runs on 28 homers. 1 stolen base and been caught once. Washington with a 3-7 record, 44 runs on 16 homers and 4 stolen bases and haven't been caught. Orlando's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart, Ernie Banks. He's up with it and fires over the first, and that'll be out number 1 here in the 5th. And that brings up Strasburg now with nobody on and 1 out. And Steven, he struck out his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball back to Ellsworth. He throws out his counterpart. Quickly 2 down here in the 5th. We're back to Tim Raines, and Tim's 1 for 2 with a stolen base and came around the score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ellsworth strikes him out. 7 strikeout for Ellsworth. To the top of the 6th we go. The top of the order due up here for the Cubbies in a 3-2 deficit. And you see the Washington Nationals. They got the Milwaukee Brewers coming to town, followed by leaving town and playing Houston after a 3-game series. And Ernie's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error and came around the score. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Harper says he's got it and does for out number 1. And Ryan Sandberg comes to the plate. And he's 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strasburg strikes him out for out number 2. And here comes the man, Sammy Sosa, who hit that 2-run homer back in the first. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a deep fly ball, but Harper's got room out there. And that'll do it for the Cubbies. They go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. You got Vidro, followed by Harper and Guerrero. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Vidro 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Sammy waits on it, makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Bryce Harper's up now. Harper's 1 for 2. Doubled and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Ellsworth is mowing them down, folks. 8 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings here. And Guerrero's up. He got to him, though. He had a 2-run homer back in the first, 1 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rizzo. And that'll end the inning. Ellsworth with a 1-2-3 inning. To the top of the 7th we go. You got the Hawk due up, followed by Rizzo and Santo. And Andre Dawson 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. The Hawk gets aboard here with a single. And that brings the go-ahead run up to the plate. And Anthony Rizzo. And Anthony's 0 for 2. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. And all of a sudden, the Cubbies are making some noise here. That definitely wasn't good because you don't want to put the go-ahead run at first. That's for sure. And now Santo comes up. Santo is 0 for 2. He reached on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strasburg with a big strikeout there. 1 down. And Leon Dorm's up. Dorm is 0 for 2. Can he keep this inning going here? Dawson, good speed, probably scores on a single. And that's going to be a foul ball back behind the plate. Wilson takes the mask off near the screen for out number 2. So it's going to be up to Jody Davis here, folks. Try to tie this game up. Jody's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a fly ball. Guerrero goes back a couple steps, makes the catch. And the Cubbies strand 2. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 3-2 ball game. And this will be Ellsworth's last inning. He's due to lead it off in the top of the 8th. He's got Zimmerman, Parrish, and Ramos due up here. Trying to keep this a 1-run game. And Zimmerman is 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick with his 9th strikeout of the game. He has definitely done a great job after giving up that homer to Guerrero and then that double. And Larry's up now. He had that RBI single back in the 4th to make it a 3-2 ball game. And not this time. That's going to be a ground ball down the Rhino at second. Over to Rizzo for out number 2. And Wilson Ramos is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ellsworth's going to leave this game with 10 strikeouts, but he's trailing by 1. And then the Cubbies come back here in the 8th and get him off the hook. We'll have a pitch hitter for Ellsworth. When Strasburg's due up second, they're going to get the bullpen ready just in case. They'll have a pitch hitter for Ellsworth. And then back to the top of the order. And Jesse Hickman's going to come off the bench here. Try to get something going. As Philip Reynolds joins us here. Check out his channel, folks. And where's Mr. Hickman at? Oh, sorry to hear that, Philip. Yeah, it's rough. Thank you. I appreciate it. You do the same, buddy. You have a good one, too. So Hickman comes up batting .500. 2 for 4 with a homer and an RBI. Here's the pitch to Hickman. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strasburg strikes him out. That's only the 4th strikeout by Strasburg. We're back to Ernie Banks now with 1 down. Ernie's 0 for 3. Did score in the 1st, though, on an error. And that's going to be a rare play, a 35 and a 39. And that's going to be ball 1. So he falls behind 1-0 to Banks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Harper for out number 2. And now you got Ryan Sandberg up. Sandberg's 0 for 3. He has flown out, grounded out, and struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And he strikes Ryan out for the last out here. And that'll probably be Strasburg's last batter. He leaves the game with 5 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cabrera, Strasburg's due up, followed by Raines. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here. You got a righty, and then the switch hitters up there. So it's going to be Don Elston's coming out of the bullpen. Trying to keep this a 1-run game. So Elston's coming out of the pen. Cubbies trailing by 1. Washington trying to avoid the sweep here. And now let's see who's going to. Cabrera's up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Oh, this is Don's 3rd appearance. No record with a 6.75 ERA. That's a ground ball down to Ernie. And Ernie's up with it. Fires over the first. And there's 1 out. Now see who's going to come in here and pitch hit for Strasburg as he goes 8 innings. Gives up 2 hits on 2 runs. All that damage was done in the first, folks. Let's see here. They're going to let David Segui hit here. David's going to come off the bench. Try to get him going here. Where's David Segui? And David's batting 143 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That is a 9 and a 17. And that's going to be an infield hit for David Segui. So Segui gets on board here with a 1-out single. And we're back to the top of the order, and Tim Raines here. And Tim, he is 1 for 3. He has a stolen base and came around to score. He struck out his last time up, though. And that's going to be against the righty. 20. And that's going to be another infield hit. As Elston's not doing the job here. Don with back-to-back singles. And now you got first and second and 1 out for Vidro. And the Nats are trying to add to this 3-2 lead here in the 8th. Don's got to keep it that way to give the Cubbies a chance in the top of the 9th. And Vidro is 0 for 3 today. He has flown out twice and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. David's not going nowhere with his speed. So that's out number 2. Here is Bryce Harper. And if you're a Cubby fan, you don't want to see Bryce. He is 1 for 3. He's doubled and came around the score. He has struck out his other 2 times up, though. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Don gets the job done and keeps it a 1-run lead as we go to the top of the 9th. Let's see who's going to come out. The big boy's going to come out. Trying to lock this game down for the Nats.
Urbina.
Urbina comes out of the bullpen. Let's see here. And this is Urbina's fourth appearance. He's got one save with a 12.6 ERA. He's got the big boys to deal with: Sosa, Dawson, and Rizzo. Sammy's 1 for 3 with a homer in this game, a 2-run shot. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field, out the right field. A 65 and a 2 is not going to be good. Not going to be good. That's going to be a single and an error. And the tying run's going to get down to second, folks, just like that. And here we go. Here we go. And now you got Dawson up with the tying run. Supposed to be down to second. On there. So that's a single. E9, and the batter gets down to second. And now Dawson's up with the tying run down to second. The walk-off run, the winning run at the plate. Dawson's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Orlando waits for the rainmaker to come down, and that's out number 1. Now you got Rizzo up. And Anthony is 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Nobody's going to be a foul ball in the foul territory. Zimmerman's going to go over. Make sure, though. 3. Yep, and makes the catch in foul territory. And Sosa still down at second, folks. The single in the air has yet to move. Tying run still down at second. Juan Santos up. He's 0 for 3. The Cubbies down to their last out. And it's a high ball, fly ball. Back it goes. How far is this one going to go, folks? This ball is crushed. And against righty at 25. And that ball is off the wall. Just missed a go-ahead winning run. But that'll be a double in the left field. And that's going to tie this ball game up. Ron Santo doubles in. And now the go-ahead winning runs down at second for Durham. Durham is 0 for 3. And here's the pitch to the bull. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Guerrero. That'll end the inning, but we're going to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 3-3 game now, folks. And Don's going to come out. He's got Guerrero, Zimmerman, and Parrish. And they want Don to make it through this 9th inning, as he's supposed to be second in the top of the 10th. Guerrero's 1 for 3 with a homer. Can he do it again? Can he walk it off? And that's going to be against the righty, a 19. That's going to be a deep fly ball. Sammy near the wall makes the catch. Guerrero just missed it, folks. There's one down. You got Ryan Zimmerman. He's 0 for 3. He struck out his last 2 times up. All could be forgiven. That's a base on balls. So Zimmerman walks on down the first with the winning run. They're going to keep him in right now. If he gets down the second, they'll have a pitch runner for him, but they're going to keep him in. Parrish is up. He's 1 for 3. He's got an RBI single in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Yep, down the third. And that's a nice play down there by Ron. He's going to get the runner out at second. Nope, he's going to get the batter out at first. So that's going to be a 5-3 put out. And that does put the winning run in scoring position. We are going to use a pitch runner here. Let's see, we might even use one of the pitchers. Do we want to do that? I hate to waste a pitch runner here. Turner's got great speed. So they're going to use Grensley. Grensley's going to come in and pitch run for Zimmerman. He's got good speed, not great, but good speed. So where's Grensley at? He's going to come in and pitch run. And do we pitch hit here for Wilson? With Mr. Carter. Nope. Wilson's going to bat for himself. The go-ahead and winning run is down at second with 2 outs. Can Wilson deliver here, folks? And he does. I believe he comes through. That'll be a 10 and a 7. And that's going to be a single into right field. And did pitch run and pay off here, folks? That is the question. Let's take a look here. Pitch runner, does he come in to score? That is the question. It'll be with 2 outs, 5. That's going to be a 56. Dorham does not have a great arm out there. A 29 plus a 13. And he scores. That's a pitch hit single by Wilson. And Nats hang on to win this game in the bottom of the 9th. With a walk-off single, folks. Let's take a look as the Nats finally get a win here. Take a look at this box score. Great game. Great game. STRASBURG doesn't get the win now with the blown save. That's probably the walk-off. Yep, walk-off win. All right, the Nats 4 runs on 7 hits and 3 costly errors that have kept that game close. The Cubbies 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Had Sammy Sosa. He tried to do it himself. 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. The Cubbies were 1 for 7. Sosa with his 10th homer and his 18th and 19th RBI. The Cubbies left 4 men on base. Tim Raines was 2 for 4. You had Guerrero with a 2-run homer. And the Nats with 3 for 9. And you had Wilson with that RBI single in the bottom of the 9th. The Cubbies only left 3 men on base. Pitching, hell of a pitching game. ELLSWORTH 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, struck out 10, gave up a homer, gets a no decision. And Don Elston 0-1, 1 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 1. Steven Strasburg gets a no decision, goes 8 innings of 2 hit, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, struck out 5 and gave up a homer. Urbina comes in, blows the save, but gets the win. He's 1-0. 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. Of course, it was unearned. We had the big error out there by, who was the error on? That awful. That was Guerrero with the error. Yep, Guerrero with the error. And no homers, but the Nats come back to win it in the ninth. Let's take a look here at the leaders and the standings here. Atlanta is now 6 games up on the Mets. The Phillies and Nationals are 2.5 games back. The Marlins are 3.5 games back. And in the Central, the Brewers are a game up on the Pirates. And with the loss, the Cubbies are now a game and a half back along with St. Louis. The Reds are 2 games back, and Houston is 3.5. Out west, the Giants 2.5 games up on the Dodgers, 3 games up on the Diamondbacks and Padres, and the Rockies are 4.5 games back. And Sammy Sosa leading the league with a 425 average with 10 homers and 19 RBIs, folks. It is the Sammy show in the National League. Randy Jones leading with the 0 ERA. Mike Caldwell with 3 wins and a bunch of them. 5 pitchers with 3 saves. Sammy leading in MVP voting, and Mike in the Cy Young. Let's see what the next game. It'll be an American League game. See what it'll be here. Let's see here. And it's going to be the Twins traveling to Kansas City. And Dave Gault's going up against Guerrera. Let's see how many game series this is. 1, 2, 3. And it's a 3-game series. So the Twins and Kansas City Royals coming up next. I want to thank Philip Reynolds for stopping by. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. And smash that like button. That helps out the channel. Hit that bell so you know what's going on in the future. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.